powerful smartphones have become affordable. No, we are not talking about the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 powered smartphones in the sub 40,000 rupee segment, but we are talking about the sub 8,000 rupee segment, where we have really good phones like the Realme C2, the Infinix Smart 3 Plus and the Redmi 7. Now, the Infinix Smart 3 Plus, for example, is one of the few smartphones with a triple camera setup at that price point and also has a dedicated low light camera sensor. HMD Global is eyeing a spot in this particular segment and has launched the Nokia 2.2. Now, is this smartphone capable of pulling it off, or will it fall short? We put this through our test to find out. Now, before we go ahead, be sure to subscribe to the Gadgets 360 YouTube channel and don't forget to click on that bell icon so that you're the first to know when we have a new video. The Nokia 2.2 is a budget smartphone, and that is evident from the use of plastic for its construction. The smartphone has a tiny footprint and will easily fit in your palm. It has a 5.71-inch display with a dewdrop notch. The borders around the display are thick but acceptable for the price. HMD Global has picked the thick bottom chin to slap the Nokia branding. The earpiece sits between the frame and the display. HMD Global has positioned the power and the volume buttons to the right. It has a dedicated Google Assistant button on the left. The button can be used on any screen to summon the Google Assistant. It also has a walkie-talkie mode, which allows you to keep the button pressed while you give a command. Releasing the button stops the assistant's listening function and starts processing your command immediately, which helps speed up interactions with the Google Assistant. You do get the option to switch off this action in the settings, but we would have liked a way of programming this button to do something else. The Nokia 2.2 has a micro USB port at the bottom along with the primary microphone, while a 3.5mm headphone jack is present on the top. At the back, it has a single camera along with an LED flash. It misses out on a fingerprint scanner, but some other smartphones in this price range like the Asus Zenfone Max M2 and the Redmi 7 do sport it. The back panel of the Nokia 2.2 is removable, and if you prefer a smartphone with a removable battery, this is among the few ones out there. It is a dual SIM device and has 2 nano SIM slots. It also has a dedicated micro SD card slot, and the loudspeaker that's at the back. The Nokia 2.2 has modest specifications. It is powered by a MediaTek Helio A22 SoC, just like the Redmi 6A. It isn't the most powerful processor by any means at this price point, but it is capable of handling basic day-to-day tasks without any issues. The Nokia 2.2 is available in 2 variants, 2GB RAM with 16GB of storage and 3GB RAM with 32GB of storage, and we had the 3GB RAM variant for review. The 5.71-inch display sports HD Plus resolution and has a 19:9 aspect ratio. HMD Global does offer you the option to tweak the color temperature of the panel. It had decent viewing angles and could get bright enough to be visible outdoors. However, we found that it had a vignetting effect around the notch, which was clearly visible on a white background. Like other Nokia branded smartphones, the Nokia 2.2 is also a part of Google's Android One program. It runs stock Android Pie with just one additional app called My Phone, which is for after-sales support. The Nokia 2.2 is guaranteed to receive 2 years of major OS updates and 3 years of monthly Android security updates. The smartphone was running the June security patch, which is very recent. This small Nokia 2.2 kind of has an edge over the competition here, since most other manufacturers tend to forget about software support on their entry-level smartphones. The Nokia 2.2 also gets Android Pie goodies like digital well-being, which helps monitor smartphone usage. Having reviewed smartphones like the Redmi 6A and the Tecno Camon i4, we do have an idea about how the MediaTek Helio A22 performs. While scrolling through the menus and multitasking, we did notice lag. Larger apps also take longer to load since the processor isn't very powerful. Since the Nokia 2.2 misses out on a fingerprint scanner, HMD Global does offer face unlock. We found this process to be slow to unlock the smartphone and took longer in low light conditions. If you are planning on picking the Nokia 2.2 for gaming, it wouldn't be the wisest choice. We ran PUBG Mobile on the smartphone. The game defaulted to the low settings with graphics set to smooth and frame rate set to medium. Even with these settings, we did notice lag during gameplay. The in-game audio was also laggy which added to the frustrating experience. Game load times were also significantly long, which was annoying. Basic games like Hill Climb Racing 2 fared better and were playable without significant lag or stutter. Now let's talk about the cameras. Nokia 2.2 has a single 13 megapixel camera at the back and has a 5 megapixel selfie shooter. The camera app on the smartphone is basic. It has a quick toggle for HDR and you can set it to auto, where it kicks in automatically if the scene demands it. There is noticeable lag in the viewfinder, which needs to be accounted for before you hit the shutter button. Photos taken from the Nokia 2.2 were decent in daylight, but the phone did struggle to get the exposure right. Most photos taken during the day were overexposed. The phone was slow to focus when clicking macros and objects weren't as sharp as we expected. The camera was also slow to save these shots and get the phone ready for the next shot. Photos taken in low light were dark and had a lot of grain. However, the camera manages to deliver a brighter image when HDR kicks in. There's no portrait mode, so you won't be able to take portrait shots. The selfie camera too is strictly average. Photos lacked detail and looked washed out. HDR is available for the selfie camera, but it did not make a huge difference. Video recording maxes out at 1080p for both the primary as well as the selfie camera. We also noticed a focus hunting issue while video recording. The output is saved in the older 3GP format, while most other smartphones save videos in the MP4 format. Since there is no video stabilization, you will get a shaky output. The Nokia 2.2 packs in a 3000 mAh removable battery that delivers good battery life. The MediaTek Helio A22 is a frugal processor and delivered over a day of battery life with our usage. However, the phone wasn't as effective in our HD video loop test, where it only managed 10 hours and 10 minutes worth of playback. Charging does take over an hour and a half with the supplied charger. The Nokia 2.2 is yet another budget offering in the sub 8000 rupee segment, but at this price point, it not only faces competition from new smartphones that are aggressively priced, but also from older smartphones that are available at these prices thanks to multiple discounts. The Nokia 2.2 does stand out since it is among the few to get guaranteed software and security updates. However, it isn't very easy to recommend. The processor is weak and the camera performance is also below average. If you are looking for good software support, you can consider the Nokia 5.1 Plus, because we've seen this smartphone going on sale for as low as 7,999 rupees, and it's better than the Nokia 2.2 in every aspect. But if you can't wait for the Nokia 5.1 Plus to go on sale, you can consider the Xiaomi Redmi 7 or the Realme 3 instead. And that was our review of the Nokia 2.2. What do you guys think about the smartphone? Let us know in the comment section down below. And as always, for all things tech, stay tuned to gadgets360.com.